Hey there, ladies, gents, and everybody in between. It's your pal Wolfy. I haven't done one of these in a long time. I think the last time I did this was for Horizon Forbidden West. So it's been a while. It's been a little over a year. So we're jumping into it. But this is me reacting to the state of play that dropped today for Final Fantasy 16, which I already know is going to be my game of the year. I'm not even, nothing else is even going to come close to contending with it for me. So here we go. This is fresh. This is me seeing it for the very first time. Just got home from work. I'm exhausted, but there was no way I wasn't gonna do this. So we're gonna watch it. We're gonna talk about it, and I'm probably gonna geek out like a son of a bitch. I'm gonna mute my mic more than likely, or like at least try to make sure that it doesn't interrupt while we watch. So there go.
Hello everyone, this is Naoki Yoshida, producer of Final Fantasy XVI, and welcome to the State of Play. Today, I'm here to talk a little bit about the story, world, and combat system of Final Fantasy XVI, as well as reveal all new information regarding the game's wide variety of RPG elements and support systems. We'll be talking you through everything while using never-before-seen gameplay footage running on the PlayStation 5. I hope you'll stay with us until the end of the show and enjoy everything we have in store for you. With that, let's get started.
Clive! I already love him.
You all know the target. Shiva's dominant. And only the dominant. Focus, Wyvern. You are key to this mission's success.
Yes, Sergeant.
I said focus, Wyvern!
Home sweet home.
Allow me to welcome you to the world of Final Fantasy XVI. Final Fantasy XVI is the latest installment in the Final Fantasy series, a storied franchise with 35 years of history. Yet while this is the 16th mainline title in the series, there's absolutely no need to have played any of the previous games before jumping in. With a fusion of real-time action and RPG features, Final Fantasy XVI has been developed as the first true action RPG in the series. Using the power of the PlayStation 5 to its fullest, the game delivers an expansive, thrilling gameplay experience which we liken to a high-speed roller coaster ride.
Oh, I already got chills. Ifrit! No, that's my summon. My favorite summon. Shiva!
Come to me, Ifrit!
I think that's Titan. Oh, this game is so sad. Oh, let me stop. Let me stop. Ah! Okay, now.
The protagonist of our story is Clive Rosfield, and his journey takes place in the realm of Valisthea. We follow the epic tale of Clive, Shield of the Grand Duchy of Rosaria, as it unfolds across 3 distinct periods in our hero's life: his teens, 20s, and 30s. While the story begins with Clive in his 20s, a fully playable flashback will allow you to experience the pivotal events that shaped his past and present. And thus does the curtain open on this newest Final Fantasy adventure.
Oh, look at my boyfriend! Oh no, I'm gonna lose it for this one.
Navigation in Final Fantasy XVI is driven via a world map, with locations being added and updated as players progress through the main narrative. The world map can be opened at any time, allowing players access to all manner of locations across Valisthea. Here, players will meet new friends, encounter formidable foes, and uncover great and wondrous mysteries. Next, I'd like to talk about the combat of Final Fantasy XVI. All the battles in the game take place in real time and are not turn-based. As Clive progresses through the story, he will learn a wide array of exciting abilities from the icons that he encounters. Now, let's take a moment to admire Clive in action. The abilities that Clive wields have unique characteristics depending on the icon they are derived from. Players can use ability points, collected by defeating enemies, to unlock more abilities or upgrade existing ones. Can't decide which iconic ability to unlock or upgrade? No problem. You can let the game choose for you.
Okay.
Final Fantasy XVI includes a range of timely accessories to provide support to those players who may not be so skilled at action games, bringing them a truly enjoyable experience. Players are encouraged to equip Clive with different combinations of these accessories until they find the one that perfectly matches their own playstyle. A combination I can particularly recommend to those who may struggle with action gameplay is the Ring of Timely Focus and the Ring of Timely Strikes. This combination allows players to unleash a wide array of different techniques just by pressing a single attack button, as well as shifting into a window of slow motion whenever Clive is about to be hit by an attack, giving them a little extra time to hit R1 and evade. Alternatively, players could equip an accessory that fully automates evasion. As I said before, I really encourage everyone to discover the combination that works best for them.
Ooh,
And
look
for
at
those
that
who want to
menu
concentrate on the
screen.
story, don't forget to choose Story Focus Mode before starting a new game. In this mode, timely accessories are automatically equipped from the start, allowing players to immerse themselves in the narrative experience without having to worry too much with the action.
Okay.
Clive will meet many characters along his journey who will join him as friends and allies.
This place. These are fallen ruins.
Well, we didn't think they'd mind. And it keeps the black from our lungs.
But how do you survive without magic?
Sidolphus, who becomes a mentor to Clive. Jill,
True, then.
a friend from Clive's youth.
It really is.
Such
you.
encounters and reunions will set Clive on a path of great personal growth.
It is.
Clive!
Some of these companions will even accompany Clive on his adventures, fighting alongside him and finding lots to talk about along the way. That said, players will only need to focus on controlling Clive. Party members are fully AI-driven, providing support for the hero and constantly adapting and responding to his actions. Oh, and we cannot forget Torgal. A smart, strong, and fiercely loyal hound, Torgal is always by Clive's side and willing to stand by him in the face of whatever cruel fate may befall them. Torgal will act of his own accord, but players can also give him direct commands. Just don't forget to give this good boy some treats every now and then.
Goots, get her upstairs.
But none will...
Don't fret about Karen. I've taken care of her fee.
All of it?
She's the best healer this side of the belt. You've nothing to worry about. Go on, have a look around. I'll be in my solar.
After progressing somewhat through the game, Clive will gain access to Cid's hideaway.
Wait, Sid?
Here in the hideaway,
Cid!
Clive will find a shop where he can purchase new weapons, armor, and consumables such as potions.
You're not
find a better price than that.
Well,
Blackthorn, a highly skilled
What's that
blacksmith,
for in here?
works the Hideaway's forge. Bring him materials to craft new gear or upgrade
Best
existing
work.
items.
That'll do.
After upgrading your equipment or unlocking new abilities, try accessing the Arete Stone. Here, players can enter a virtual training area outside the bounds of time and space, where they are free to refine and practice combos of their very own. Once you're confident in your skills, try your hand at arcade mode and see how your scores stack up against players from around the world. The Hideaway is home to a lot of other features as well. Not only will players discover a variety of side quests here, but they can also view information on quests offered all around Valisthea.
All right, Clive. Still busy saving the world?
mid. When did you get back?
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon.
Visit the hunt board to gain information on elite marks, fearsome foes lurking about the realm in desperate need of slaying. The Moogle will be your guide. There's also Loresman Harpocrates, who will unlock Valisthea's secrets as Clive recounts tales of his adventures.
Hey.
I have quite the find for you today.
That music.
You wish to study the tomes?
Here for another of my lectures.
And Vivian Ninetails,
What is it that
a
you wish to
scholar and
learn?
strategist who will be
Here's the
more
latest
than happy to
information I
explain to Clive the current state of the realm and provide information on key players. There are all kinds of interactions and features in the Hideaway to help players get even more enjoyment out of their time with Final Fantasy
Is
XVI.
ever changing, Clive.
On his travels, Clive will encounter a wide array of fearsome foes.
Hello, Malboro. Oh. God damn.
He will, of course, clash with the dominants who wield the power of the icons. hold the surrounding lands under their sway. Mysterious constructs of the fallen, a civilization shrouded in mystery.
Oh, shit. Whoa.
And we cannot forget the icons themselves.
Ah.
Experience unparalleled real-time action combat as Clive takes command of the iconic might coursing through his veins and shatters his very limits. The shining point of Final Fantasy XVI, however, has to be the breathtaking icon versus icon battles.
Oh, I can't wait for this shit.
These epic confrontations all play out in real time, allowing players to control their very own icon with their own hands. These battles differ depending on the icon encountered, and every showdown is unique, right down to gameplay. Players will experience everything from a 3D scrolling shooter to a heavyweight wrestling match with devastating attacks that encompass the entire battlefield.
Come on.
These massive scale boss battles are entirely seamless, and I can promise you heart-stopping, controller-gripping excitement. I can't wait for you to get your hands on the game for yourself.
Oh.
Nice trick. But if you can do it, then so could I!
Shit. Oh. Yo. Whoa, the fuck, man? My dude. fucking shit, man.
So everyone, what did you think? Thank you for taking the time to join us today. Final Fantasy XVI will be available worldwide June 22nd, and there's still plenty that we've left to reveal. Battle content, side content, endgame content, and more. We hope to bring you more on these aspects of the game in the near future. Also, I'm truly excited to finally be able to reveal that Final Fantasy XVI's main theme was written and performed by one of Japan's greatest recording artists, Kenshi Yonezu. We've still got a lot more in store for you in the coming weeks, and I hope you'll all pre-order the game and join us in Valisthea on release day. This has been Naoki Yoshida, producer of Final Fantasy XVI. See you again soon.
16プロデューサーの吉田でした。
プレイステーション。
Yo, yo, yo. Yo! I don't give a fuck. This is about to be game of the year. This is gonna be game of the year. I don't give a fuck. Nobody's gonna touch this shit. This shit was crazy. Did you see? Alright, alright. There's just too much to unpack. First of all, I'm sorry for like the stopping and skipping in the video, I'm sure. I don't know if that was part of the stream when the stream because I'm literally watching the stream back. And so how it looked in the feedback, it's the same way it looked for me when I was watching it. So I'm not really sure why there was a couple of stopping and skipping and stuff like that. But I don't give a fuck. It didn't stop this. This shit gonna be crazy. Oh my god. First of all, where do you even begin? This game is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Like I don't know how they managed to really get this shit the way that it is. Like, I mean, it's Square Enix, so I mean, I'm not really shocked. It's Square Enix. Like their games always look really fucking good. Like even like Forspoken looked fucking incredible. That game was nuts. That's another favorite of mine that came out this year. Um, but like at first, like some of the gameplay I had been seeing, like from the previews and stuff like that, they kind of made it look like some of this was going to be linear based, but it isn't. Like you're literally the environments are wide open to you and for you to explore and shit like that. So I really like that fact. Like it kind of reminds me of so a lot of this reminds me of a couple of games. I feel like they found the best parts of a couple of my favorite games and mashed it into one entity. So you've got like the character models are that's clear Final Fantasy 14, The Realm Reborn. That's without a shadow of a doubt that that's definitely what you see in there. Um and then there's the fucking battle system. The battle system is like a mix of Final Fantasy VII Remake, Kingdom Hearts, and Forspoken. And you really couldn't have got like they fucking killing it with the shit. Like the magic portions and like the dodging, that reminds me of Forspoken. The there's some parts where I can't even remember where it was in the video. I'd have to look for it. But there's like there were certain parts where Clive uses like a type of magic that kind of has a bit of a lock on to it. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I want to see if I can find it. I don't know how far into the video it was, but I think it's in this battle part. Okay, so this right here. There were like certain attacks in Kingdom Hearts that with Sora, if he can aim his keyblade like a gun and like shoot out magic towards it. That's what this part kind of reminds me of, like when he does that kind of stuff. And but like if you look at how first of all how quickly he can switch in and out of the different types of attacks. So as far as I know, like I'm kind of in the way, like my thing is in the way. Let me see if I can minimize it. So over here in the corner, those are all that's like the magic base of the ions that that Clive is summoning for him to use in battle. So each of them like represents like a different type of element, I'm gonna say. Like I think I believe this is Titan, and I believe Titan is like rock based, and like Ifrit obviously is fire based and stuff like that. So like they've shown it in the past that you can switch between them mid like not even mid fight, mid attack. So you can go from doing something that that's based on Shiva, like you can do like you could be in the middle of doing an ice attack with Shiva, and then just in the middle of it, like right as you're coming to the end of that, switch it over to an Ifrit attack and capitalize on it. Like, first of all, I fucking love that. That's another thing that Forspoken does really freaking well that you can do. And I love that that's in this. Um, like the general, like just base attacks, like his sword attacks, that all reminds me of Final Fantasy 7 remake. So, and that the battle system in that game was fucking incredible. So they're already like again, they're checking all my boxes with this shit. They're checking all my damn boxes. For like, okay, world looks great. Like, let me see. Let me see. There was a part where they were out in a field somewhere that I thought was like just so fucking pretty. Let me see if I can find it. I'm trying to like scroll through and see if I can't find it. Oh, there we go. Like some of these environments we've seen in screenshots. Oh, okay. First of all, I really like wherever this is. It like that art that you see up there. That screams to me like the original Final Fantasy games, like the box art for the original Final Fantasy games. That oh, I love it. That screams that for me. So like that ticked the box. So this is a nice little settlement that we walking through. And look how beautiful the water looks. Like let me let me open this up a little bit again. Look how pretty this fucking water looks. Like as I've gotten older and played more games, I've really started to appreciate just how beautiful water can look in a video game. Like if they do nothing else right, if the water looks fantastic in a game, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be like, this is a 10 out of 10 visually because water is such a hard thing to like master. Grass and all that, it's mostly stationary, so it doesn't seem like it's gonna be that much of a challenge to really put out there. But water, look how beautiful that is, man. Oh, that's so pretty. Looks like there's a cave that we are going to be in. It looks like he was sneaking. I wonder if there's going to be stealth sections. Like, oh, and then this big open field. Oh my God. First of all, chocobos. Chocobos. Love me some chocobos. All right. So if you're a diehard fucking Final Fantasy fan, of course you here for the chocobos, man. We love them little well, not little, them big ass fucking bird things. They're amazing. So I'm glad we get a mountable. I'm wondering if we'll get different types of mounts. Like if it's only the chocobos. Like it would be cool if we got like another like kind of beast that we can run. I don't know. Maybe it is something that they just haven't revealed. They did say there's still plenty that they haven't revealed in this, and they've revealed a lot. Like this is literally 25 fucking minutes. So what else could they have to show? And look how pretty this shit is. That is water. Look how pretty this fucking water is. Like, oh my God. Yo, this game is so pretty. Like, what the hell? Is it like I still stand by Horizon Forbidden West being the best looking game ever made. Like that game is just beauty beyond compare. But this is fucking beautiful. Like, man, like you got like first of all you got the mix of a biome because you've got all this like desert sand kind of thing, and then you've got that big ass like just what do you want to call it? Like a pothole full of fucking water. And it's like, whoa. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened to make this kind of shit kind of look like the way it is. Like, this is just beautiful. And look the little chocobo. Look, he's flapping his wings. He's so cute. This is so cute. And first of all, the best boy right here. The best boy. I'm gonna be giving this motherfucker as many treats and pets as possible. Like, let me see, where was it? Yep. The good boy gets all the treats, all the love, all the pets, everything. Like, and I love that he assists you in battle and that he's with you the whole time. I'm totally here for it. Like, look at the baby, look at the baby. Look at the baby. Look, I can't. I'm an animal lover, and wolves are my favorite animal. They're saying that this is a dog. That's a fucking wolf. That's not a dog. That's a wolf. Like, don't don't play with me. That's a fucking wolf. No, like, anyway. Very happy to have my little wolfy companion. So I cannot wait. We are going on all the adventures, and I'm here for it. All right. So as you can see, I'm geeking the fuck out. I'm like, I had to contain myself, like, watching, because like I said, I was trying my best not to speak while the video was playing, because I just wanted to, take it all in. But there was a part where they were showing the settings. Let me see if I can find it. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? First of all, oh God, I love the art for this damn game. This shit is so pretty. This is such a nice. This game is all. Oh, here we go, right here. Menu screen, fucking A plus. A muck the fucking plus. Love it. Here for it. Love it. Beautiful. Love the particle effects. So let me see. We've got voiceover. We've got performance and graphic modes. Like, come on now. In this generation, we should be allowed to choose. We should never be locked to one. Not anymore. We're way past that. So I'm really happy to see that we will have a graphic and performance choice. We got brightness, we got subtitles, which I will turn the fuck off. We are gonna have, what else we got? Let me let him go to the next little screen. Visual alerts, and okay, so this is good. This is good. So, like, I usually tend to need the accessibility stuff. There isn't much for this, which is fine. I mean, Japanese developers don't really seem to really know how to do accessibility, so I'm not really shocked there isn't much in that tier. Um, okay, so I really like how they're gonna be going with as far as, like, how do I explain it? So with the difficulty settings, they already said it themselves that they're doing like a non-traditional type of difficulty setting thing with this. So there's no like story easy, normal, hard, blah 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 blah. They're breaking it into two things, and it's not even the difficulty of the base of the game. It's rather they you'll get certain buffs to make the game a little bit easier for you versus not having certain buffs that'll make the game easier to you, which is unorthodox, I'll admit. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna feel about it because I prefer having just, my standard pick the tier and go with it. But, we'll see. We'll get with it. I'll adjust. Because me, I like to play story because I'm playing games for stories. Like, honestly, a game could have the worst gameplay ever, but as long as the story had me completely gripped, I don't care. I will love it to the end of time. And I mean, but that's me. I'm always here for the story. The story is what matters. If the story doesn't get me in a game, that's it. I don't care how much fun I had gameplay wise. If the story did nothing for me, the game ain't good for me. And that's just my evolution. So I'm gonna definitely be playing on the story focused setting, and I'm really and like because I'm dying to see how the story unravels. Like, I love, like, Final Fantasy is literally my favorite franchise of all fucking time. Like, whenever a new one releases, it's a party for me. I'm losing my goddamn mind because I absolutely love this franchise. Um, there aren't many in the franchise that I haven't liked. Like, I'm not a fan of 9. I'm not a fan of 11. I'm not a fan of 13, any of 13, and I'm not a fan of 15. Those are probably it. Everything else I've enjoyed. with Final Fantasy X being my favorite of all of them, and Final Fantasy VII Remake coming right behind it. So it don't take much to win me over, but as long as the story is good and the characters are great, I'm here for it. Um, I I personally fangirled a little bit because one of the one of his companions' name is Jill, and that is my name. So I'm like, oh shit, yeah. Hey, let me see if I can find where they showed where they. Oh, yep, see her. So this is Jill. I'm Jill, and that's Jill. We look forward to seeing how their story unravels. I'm gonna guess, like from the way that they showed the scene with them. Let me see. I think was it a little before this? Yeah. So based on this scene alone, I'm gonna guess that there's some romantic history with these two, and I'm gonna guess that they're gonna be the main. Because a lot of the times, Final Fantasy games do have like a main like couple, more or less, or a love story built within it. Not all of them, but pretty most of them, most of them. Um, so again, I wouldn't be shocked if it's gonna be those two, which is fine. They're a cute little couple. But yeah, we need to talk about how fucking sexy this combat is. Like this combat is sexy as a son of a bitch. Like there's like, let me go to the section that had most of the combat shown off. I think it was around here. First, oh, okay, hold up. So again, look how sexy that water is. This whole shit thing, I don't know if it's just a cutscene or anything, but if they're trying to hint that there are ship battles, I may or may not lose my goddamn mind because I am a pirate at heart. I love some pirates. That's how you sell me. You tell me that I could be a pirate in a video game, that's it. I'm sold. You don't have to tell me nothing else. I'll play it. But yo, this combat is so goddamn sexy. Like I know I already kind of covered this, but look how cool. I love, like you could tell that the guy. So they said that the dude who more or less created the, or not even created, I guess worked on the Devil May Cry battle system, worked on this as well. So this is like derivative of that, and you can really see it. Like look how fast and responsive and punchy this goddamn combat is. Like it's so flashy and sassy. One thing I am gonna hope, that I really hope is an option. I didn't see it when they were showing the options, but I really hope that it is something that I can turn off. So this right here, that's one of the. It's probably just me. It's, to me, it's visually ugly. I absolutely hate it. It's my one pet peeve with RPG games is seeing the damage numbers. I hate it. Every chance that I get to turn that shit off, I turn it off. I absolutely hate it. I don't know if this is just built in and so that we won't be able to turn it off. I really hope that they give us the option that we can turn it off. If we don't, I'll get over it, but I really hate it, so I really hope that it is something that is an option. So far it's the only thing I'm like, but other than that, I don't care. Um, but yo, like, and these enemies look really cool. Um, they also look like they're gonna be a little bit like bullet spongy in the beginning, but like I guess like as you get, as you upgrade your abilities, as you get stronger and stuff like that, you'll be able to put some real like make that health bar go down pretty good, which I'm here for it. I'm here for getting my character into a state where I'm just dominating motherfuckers, and I'm here for it. And it was cool. They showed off that there is a, what is it, like a training place that you can go to, kind of like in, let me see if I can find it. Is this it? No, that's the shop right here. So kind of like in Final Fantasy VII Remake, where you have like that. What is his name? I'm blanking on his name, but the little like android boy, where you can like do like different trials and stuff with him, and usually you can like that's like the best way to like upgrade your battle abilities and stuff like that. So it looks like this is what that is. So I'm totally here for it. I love having options like this, especially like say I would say like if you come up against an enemy that's giving you some trouble and you want to kind of revamp how you've been fighting. So like this is a good way to test out different types of ways to go like go at different types of attacks and battles and all that kind of shit. So I like it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And apparently it has like a ranking system to it too. So like it'll be like this is how you're doing personally, and then like versus this is how your friends are doing, and kind of like tiering it up to see how, just see how everybody's doing with it, and be like, I guess, the best there ever was, so to speak. Which again, totally here for it. Let me see, like there's just so much. I like that they kind of have, let me see if I can find it. They kind of have a, first of all, side quest. Yes, very happy to see that. I will, knowing me and my ADD ass, I'm going to be getting sidetracked by side quests a lot, which I'm okay with. Like this, that's just my life at this point, and I've accepted it. That's typically that's one of my favorite things to do in any, like it's how RPGs get me, because I love side quests. So, and it doesn't really matter what kind of side quests they are. I really enjoy them. Let me see if this thing would load. Let me see. I think this is okay. So this is the like. It kind of reminds me of The Witcher with the little the contracts, the Witcher contracts. So that's what this is making me think of. Is like basically like here are like a couple of beasts that you can go after to earn some money, earn some rewards and all this shit, which I am here for. Like that was one of my favorite aspects of the Witcher games. So, but let me see, let me let it, because it was being stupid when I was trying to show it before. But yeah. So yeah, so like this is like the message board that, and you get to choose what you're gonna do. And I think, what is it, like you select it and you can fast travel. Like if you, I guess it unlocks a place on your map, which, let me segue to the map right quick. This is not bad. This is a nice setup. It's pretty simple. It's to the point. It kind of reminds me of Dragon Age Inquisition. Um, and kind of like also Dragon Age, or let's just say Dragon Age. Let's just call it Dragon Age. So this reminds me of the maps in the Dragon Age games. Where you got the main portions, like sections that you can go to, and they have their own thing that you're supposed to be doing, I guess, like their own like little missions, I guess, like your side quests and stuff, and your main missions will be mingled in to those different places, and you can go interchangeably between them, which, yes, fast travel, all here for it. So I like that. I'm here for it. It's good. It's good. So I guess this is him going to go hunt down that beast that he took the contract for. And there it is. Look at you. Look at you. It's Mike Wazowski. He just got uglier and he's got wings. Mike Wazowski. Yes, I'm usually this corny. But yeah, here for it. I'm hunting all these motherfuckers down. Like as I'm watching through this, in my head I'm like, "Oh, this platinum is going to be crazy." Like, so as of right now, I have like 37 platinums, and I've been enjoying doing platinums so far. Like for the last, I've only just gotten into it for like the last 3 years or so. Yeah, yeah. So since 2020, when COVID was hitting, I kind of stumbled into enjoying the trophy hunting thing, and now it's become like just something I like to do every now and then when I find a game that I really, really love, or that I more or less could complete if I really wanted to. So it's usually one of those. Either I really, really love it, so I want to get the platinum for it, or I played through it, I got through most of it. Why not get the platinum? Sort of a thing. Yeah. So I'm really hoping that the platinum for this is not going to be annoying. So then, because I would love to platinum this game, because I have stipulations like things that usually turn me off to going for platinums are difficulty platinums and difficulty trophies and like online trophies. Those are like the two main things. As soon as I see those are involved, I stop even paying attention to the trophy list at that point. So as long as this don't have none of that, I'm here for it. Even if it requires me playing through both the story and the action focused, I can do that. That's fine. Because I'm gonna guess that as I'm playing through the story, I'll be able to master how the action is, and then I'll be able to switch it up and be better at it. So I have no problem with that. But yeah, like as I'm like looking at the different activities and stuff like that they let us do, I'm like, ooh, this is gonna have a interesting trophy list. So I can't wait to see what that's gonna be like. I mean, we probably won't see it until like maybe the week of or the week before the game comes out. That's usually how it goes. I'm wondering because lately, and I love Square Enix for this, lately Square Enix has been giving us demos for their biggest games. Like, we got one for Valkyrie Elysium, we got it for what is it, Dio Field Chronicles, Star Ocean, Forspoken, um, we got it for Octopath Traveler 2, we got it for, recently we got it for Live A Live or something like that. I think Live A Live, I think that's what it's called. Um, so I'm hoping like look at all that catalog. Like that's a lot of games we getting demos for. Like it's really rare that we get demos. So when Square Enix is literally having like most of their big hitters or most of whatever they're marketing is getting demos for, I'm like, okay, that's great. So I'm hoping that this is getting a demo too. It would be nice, just like maybe like a quick little action demo just to give us just let us dip our toes in it just a little bit. I think that that's not asking too much, I don't think that's asking too much. But again, I can ramble on and on about this game, but let's just let's get to the pièce de résistance, okay? Okay. To me, this is the craziest fucking aspect of the entire game, and it has sold me completely from start to finish. These fucking Aeon battles. First of all, I am a massive fan of just kaiju. Kaiju all goddamn day. I have been waiting for us to get like the last genuine kaiju video game that I enjoyed was, and I'm showing my age, is Godzilla like versus like the Monster Melee, the one that was out on the GameCube years ago. So, and I mean a long time ago. I used to play that game like crazy. I loved playing that, and I love Zoid's Battle Legends. Like those are my like. I mean, Zoid's is mechs, but that's it's in the same vein. So kaiju and mechs, I'm a huge fan of both. But those were the like those two games were the last time that I ever like truly enjoyed any kind of game that revolved around kaiju battles or mech battles. This shit right here. This shit right here. Like I, I can't even I'm like blown the fuck away. When they announced that this was going to be a key feature in the game, I'm like, nah, no way it's gonna be like that crazy. Look, first of all, okay, so for Phoenix, I love. All right, I hope I got some of you in here. So I hope I got some Drakengard fans, and I mean the original Drakengard that came out back in what was it, 2002, I believe. Again, I'm showing my age, but Drakengard is, if you know me, you know that that's one of my favorite games ever. Yes, I know it's controversial on that aspect because, like, a lot of people weren't down with the battle system, and then the fact that all the characters were absolutely terrible people. I just thought it was really fucking unique, and I personally love the battle system. It was just something that I could just turn my brain off and just enjoy having fun with. So that's what Phoenix. Her battle system reminds me of whenever you were fighting with Angelus in the sky. And the, for me, say less. Say less. I'm like, hell yes. That, I'm here for that. I'm here for that. I'm with it. Sign me the fuck up. And they look like the fucking, but then you got my boy. You got my boy. So Ifrit is my favorite summon, has been my favorite summon since he was ever introduced. That is the summon that I aim for. That is the summon I proactively use the most in any game that I play, any Final Fantasy game that I play. And like, but my favorite version of him is still the version of him from Final Fantasy X. Like, as far as I'm concerned, that was peak Ifrit. That was peak. They have not been able to get him to be as cool, first of all, as cool looking, with as awesome fucking like entrances and like finishers and stuff. None of them. First of all, none of the summons in general in any Final Fantasy game has compared to Final Fantasy X, and I will die on that hill. Okay, I will die on that fucking hill. None of them have compared to the epic awesomeness of Final Fantasy X. So this is finally starting to look like something that's a contender. Like, I hated the way the summons looked in Final Fantasy 15. Hated it. And I wasn't a huge fan of it in Final Fantasy 7 Remake. I barely ever used them. I hated the way they made Ifrit look. Like, that was my main thing. I'm like, y'all butchered my boy with that. That was the only thing in the game that really like bothered me genuinely. So that aside, this is the first time I'm seeing summons, and I'm actually excited for the summons. Like, this is the first time since Final Fantasy X that I've been actually excited about the summons. This shit, yo, my boy Ifrit, he's back. Okay, now he look cool. Now he look dope. Now he look like he's gonna tear shit up. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Like, look how fucking cool my boy is. He just smacking Garuda down. Like, come on, man. Oh, I can't wait. I'm gonna be playing it. I'm gonna be doing his battles like crazy. Like, every chance that you tell me I could play as a Frit, I'm playing as a Frit. That's gonna happen. And I love that they showed, like, first of all, so one of the things that they said was no two summon battles are gonna be the same, which I love that fact, because that was gonna be my thing. Is like, this was gonna be a straight up gimmick if that wasn't the case. So that was my whole thing. Is like, yeah, as cool as this is it gonna be a gimmick? Because like, so the fact that they made sure they pointed out, like, no two battles are gonna be the same, and then they showed it to you, like, this is what Phoenix versus Ifrit looks like. This is what Ifrit versus Garuda looks like. This is what Garuda versus, I mean, Ifrit. I think this is Ifrit that he's playing as still. It might be. Yeah, it is. Ifrit versus I can't remember that. I can't remember that that's some, but he's one of the newer ones, so I don't really, if they like, literally, like I said, up to like Final Fantasy X is when they started losing me on the summons. So I stopped even paying attention to him. So I have no idea what his name is. I'll learn it eventually. But they got my boy Bahamut back, and he looks awesome. That's another one where I felt like, look how cool this fucking battle is, man. Look how fucking dope this shit is. Look at his wingspan. Like, yo, what the fuck? Like, he looks um like King Ghidorah with just one head. So he looks like a dragon. So he looks like King Ghidorah but one head. But if you remember from the King of the Monsters movie, the newer one, his wingspan was fucking incredible. That's what this looks like. His wingspan looks incredible. Like, look at that shit. Like, they look like, and they got the devil spikes on them with the oh god, man. I'm losing my fucking mind. I love this. Um, but yeah, look at my boy Ifrit fucking it up. Like I said, I'm a total Ifrit fangirl. I'm gonna be going crazy over this. I'm really, really hoping that I can pre-order that, because it's still available. I want to pre-order the collector's edition, because I want, like, as soon as they showed me that they was making a fucking statue of Ifrit in Phoenix. Like, I do love Phoenix, but Ifrit, as a fucking statue? Oh god, yes. I already got a nice place waiting just in case I do get the chance to pre-order that at some point. I'm really hoping that I can because I just want that statue. Like I don't care about anything else that's in it. I just want that statue. So I'm gonna have 2 copies of this game because I'm gonna have the physical copy if I can get it, and then I'm gonna be, but the copy I'm gonna be playing is the digital one. So that's what's gonna be happening. In which I am definitely pre-ordering like tomorrow when I get paid. Like this. I would have done it a long time ago. I usually don't like to pre-order games like too far in the future. Like I usually give it like I literally don't I try to pre-order it within a week to 2 weeks before the game actually launches because I hate dealing with delays. But this game, come on now. Come on now. Come on. I gotta put the bank on it for it. I have to. I don't have it. There's no choice. I have no choice but to stand at this point. Like this game is incredible. Like, oh, and this fight with Titan, yo, look, first of all, they really like when I tell you they're nailing this fucking like all I'm seeing is kaiju battles and my little fangirl brain is going crazy. Again, love kaiju. So you can see the size difference between Titan and Ifrit. Like Ifrit is like that small compared to Titan, and it's like and they're showing you the scale but still showing you whipping that ass. So I'm like, yes, Ifrit, yes, my boy, yes. And you can dodge in midair with this dude. Like, it is literally just fighting with, like, it's as if you're fighting as Clive, but as Ifrit. And I love that fact. Like, you don't lose. So, like, that was always a thing when it came to summons is, oh, God, he's so sexy. I love Ifrit. It's like, so the thing that really that kind of always like made people like about summons is that you don't really have too much control over summons other than attack this, do that, just that like that's it. You give him a command and you let it fly. Final Fantasy VII remake took even more control away from you because it kind of just you just summon them and they're like a buddy in the fight doing their own thing. Every once in a while you can tell them to do a special attack. That was it. This you are literally hands on kicking that ass with the fucking summon. I am whoever thought of this, whoever thought of all this Titan, whoever thought of all this like Aeon battling, I love you to the end of time. Like I hope you get all the raises. I hope you have the best year possible because you're giving me what my little freaking 10-year-old self, and I say 10 because because when I was 10 is the first time I ever played a Final Fantasy game. So you're making my little 10-year-old self very, very happy with these. Like it looks so good. And apparently he can learn different move sets in the middle of battle. Like, come on, man. What are we doing here? Why are y'all trying to kill me? Like why are y'all trying to kill my wallet? Like, oh my god. And then here we go with again, this is pure Drakengard right here. This is stellar Drakengard right here. Like I could see myself kind of getting like a little bit tired of these kind of battles only because it doesn't look like the lock-on system is all that perfect. So it might be one of those things where you got to get used to how the lock-on system works and shooting and firing simultaneously. So this one might be a learning curve for me. That's about it. But I do think it looks cool as hell. So I'm here for it. It does look cool as hell. It just looks like it's gonna probably be a learning curve kind of thing for me. Um, I'm wondering if that's what it's gonna be like whenever you're equipped with see this one is a newer one, Typhon. I don't know if this I can't remember if this is a summon that's an Aeon that's ever showed up in other games. He doesn't sound familiar at all. But he looks cool. He looks like an absolute edge lord, but he looks cool. So I'm here for it. But my boy gonna fuck it up. My boy gonna fuck it up. He looks like a kind of a dark magic kind of a Aeon, which is cool. This shit, okay. I already know that my face kind of showed it when I was watching it initially. This made me lose my goddamn mind. Look how cool. Yo, this game looks crazy. It looks crazy. Like, what the hell? That too. Okay, that all of that that reminds me of Kingdom Hearts as well. So like think of Kingdom Hearts 3 with the when you're fighting the Rock Titan. That's what that shit reminds me of. When you're like climbing up walls and its bodies and shit like that. Like that's what this whole thing reminds me of. But kicking that up to high fucking gear, the highest possible gear. Like wow, wow, look how fucking cool this shit is. Like oh my god, I can't wait. I can't wait for this game. I can't. I can't wait for this game. And this just the scale, the sheer scale of these battles are is blowing my goddamn mind. And I do love that they disperse it. So you have real time action, but you do have a couple of those little quick time events, which is fine. Like I expected all of these to be quick time events, like the whole thing. Like I thought in my head, I'm like, I think the whole thing is probably going to be quick time events. But when they showed you, like, no, it's still real time battle, and it's like, oh shit, okay, okay. So I'm here for that. Um, but I do love that they splice it. They splice it in, so you'll have your moments like those cinematic moments where it is the quick time events, but most of it is all real time, which I love that. Like A plus. Again, whomever thought of this and said, "Hey, why don't we do this?" Give that person all of the raises, all of them. I can't. Again, I'm gonna lose my brain trying to like fangirl through this entire thing. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop it here. But case in point, as you can see, I am hella fucking excited for this game. There's so much that I'm sure I didn't even cover, but it's just so much, and I love it. I love it. I haven't been I haven't been this excited for a Final Fantasy game since the Final Fantasy VII remake, which is not saying much because that wasn't that long ago. That was what 3 years ago. But like, but it took it being a Final Fantasy VII remake for me to get that hype. Again, like before that, I wasn't hyped for a Final Fantasy game since Final Fantasy X. So that tells you a lot. That's a big gap, okay? That is a very, very big gap. So again, love the franchise, but those later games were losing me a little bit. Not even losing me, just they weren't giving me the satisfaction that the older games did. Especially because I actually am a huge fan of turn-based combat. I love turn-based combat in games. It's one of the reasons, like, my entire gaming foundation was built on JRPGs. So the whole like I never understood why nobody like why there were ever anybody who didn't like turn-based combat. I absolutely adore turn-based combat. So I was one of those reluctant few who wasn't too happy with them changing the battle system. Um so like cuz Final Fantasy X was the perfect like they that was when they finally perfected the turn-based combat system. Like to me no other game ever since Final Fantasy X has been able to have a turn-based combat system that good. And that's just my opinion. Feel free to disagree. But Final Fantasy X perfected it and it will never, as far as I'm concerned, that is peak and nothing will ever top it. So when they decided to scrap it all together and then every one after that was something different in some kind of way. I'm like, why would you mess with perfection? Like why? Don't touch it. Like you all you had to do was build on top of it. Why mess with perfection? So when it was announced that the Final Fantasy VII remake was gonna have a mix of both, I'm like, okay, I might be able to get down with this. So I let my hype meter go up a little bit more. And then when I actually got to play the demo for it, which again, that's another one we got a demo for. So come on, Square Enix, give us a demo for this game. Um, I was sold. The demo quelled all my fears about what the battle system was going to be like, because it was literally the perfect mix of action combat and turn-based combat. So I'm like, okay, I can get down with this. If more of their games are like this, I'll be fine. I'll be great. So so when they said that they were going to make this completely action based, but they also introduced the fact that the person who who worked on the battle system for Devil May Cry was going to be working on this, I'm like, all right, okay, I can get on board with that, because I love the combat in the Devil May Cry games. Even DMC, yes, I even enjoyed DMC. Okay, so like that was always the thing that sold me about those games. Like I really love the story and the characters in those games, but that's one of those few games where I love both the story and characters and the gameplay equally. It's very hard for me to find games where I love them equally. I usually love more one more than the other. So again, my fears were quelled when I heard that news, and then actually seeing it in action, and then every time they've shown it since, I'm like, I've just been falling more and more in love with it. So I'm really excited to get my hands on this. I really think I'm gonna love the story. I really think I'm gonna love the gameplay. I am here for this. This is gonna be the game that does it. This is gonna be the game that does it. So Final Fantasy is back. It is back. And it's gonna be on top. I already know it. I already know it's gonna be on top. Like, look how fucking good this game looks. Ah, but yes. Anyway, let me stop it here because I'm losing my goddamn mind. So let me stop it here. But thank you for whomever took the time to watch my crazy little fangirling madness. And please like the video to help it get some boost. And feel free to subscribe if you want. I mean, I just post a bunch of random shit every now and then, usually around gaming. You can come follow me on Twitter, the Lone Wolf 28. That's like literally that's my gaming Twitter. I just talk games all the time. And you can also find me on Twitch, Wolf Jilly Jill on Twitch. But yeah, it's been nice.